Good evening, America. Thank you so very much for tuning in to another amazing episode of About the Night, episode 33. We're in the building. You know, we got the squad with us tonight. Warren, Rob, Winton, we're in the building. We wanted to go ahead and get things kicked off about what's happening this weekend. We've had a lot of crazy current events that are happening that I can't believe. You know, obviously with us living here in California, we are kind of, I guess, privileged a little bit when it comes to certain drugs.
What we privileged on? Fuck all that. Our gas hella high.
No, we do get taxed like
all
a
types of gas.
Oh, we do.
Weed gas, gasoline. Bro, we be taking it.
Gas.
With no Vaseline.
So we're going to jump right into it. Obviously, we are talking about the situation with Brittany Garner, a WNBA All-Star who, I mean, I'm not going to say she's the first female NBA or WNBA player to dunk. Who was that? Yolanda? Was it Yolanda?
Man, who was that?
Who was it?
Lisa Leslie didn't dunk?
That's what I was. Yeah, maybe I was talking about Lisa Leslie. Yeah, I know she did dunk. She was on the Sparks, right? Yeah. I know it was somebody on the Sparks for sure. So you know, I don't know my WNBA culture like I should, but
long story short, she can hoop.
She can hoop. You know, it may look unorthodox, but you know, she can ball.
She just caught a 10-piece damn near. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about this, man.
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull up this footage about what happened with Brittany Garner. You know, I know we're laughing at it and joking about it, but I said that's some of the things that we're privileged with California. You know, they're not going to sentence us to 9.5 years for marijuana.
Right.
I mean, I guess you can consider that trafficking depending on how much, but it didn't even look like that much.
Man, we'll just
let's let the video see what it'll say.
Let's cue this up, see what they talking about. It's a translator going through it. I'm better shit. 9 years has the same feeling in any language.
God damn.
like damn, bro.
Yo, seriously though? 9 years.
So she been in this since February?
February. What's that? How many months is that? We in August?
It's like 6 months.
About 5 months, yeah.
I guess when I look at it, like the first thing that it goes to, you know, it's Russia. Obviously, we got some issues. It definitely feels like it's a political move.
Yep.
And I'm just looking at it from the outside. When I first hear about it, I'm like, okay, you just really just threw the book at her. Mm-hmm. And when you find out what she has, it didn't even like she had no nuggets on her. Like it was oil.
Yeah.
It was like the cartridges. Like nothing you really intending to sell. Like which we could, you know, they're trying to charge it with smuggling and that type of stuff. And I'm not too privy to Russia's laws with this, but it definitely seems like they going OT on her, no pun intended, with this whole situation because, and I think a lot of it has to do with, you know, U.S., you know, possibly be involved with Ukraine and aiding them. And maybe this is kind of like, oh, we kind of see what you've been doing behind the scenes, trying to help Ukraine with our issue with them. We're going to make it a little bit difficult on somebody we got in our custody that belongs to y'all. I can see it from that front as far as on the political scope. But, man, this is, to me, this is a little bit
crazy.
Deep. Well, it's more, I think it's deeper than that, you know.
I see that.
You know, because you know, Biden put out a statement, you know, saying, you know, they need to release her immediately and this type of, you know, this, that, and the third. Other political sources are coming out, you know, trying to, you know, show support and stuff like that. But I look at it, I get what she going through is hell. It's probably bullshit. She probably been living probably the worst circumstances she probably ever has in her life. But I look at that. How many people we know that's locked up out here,
right,
for weed?
I would say,
you know what I mean?
It's 5 years. You can say 5 years for trafficking or the intent to sell. You know what I mean?
She wasn't.
But
selling
9
that
years
shit.
though, and that's what I'm saying though. I mean, I could understand you wanting to, rules are rules. You know what I mean? Rules are rules. It's a little bit stricter and harsher. It sounds like over there for a very simple gateway, I guess, if you want to call it that way. But in general,
It's the gateway.
In general, but 9 years.
It's crazy, bro.
Decade, bro.
9 years is crazy. I feel like there's a few ways you can look at this though. Like, if Trump was president, is she still locked up in Russia? I don't think so.
That's a good question.
That is, because I know they had a good relationship.
Who did Trump bring back?
He got a Kodak Black.
Kodak.
Yeah, he got
Who
Kodak.
else? Did he get a?
No, he got ASAP because ASAP was in Sweden.
Rocky. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, ASAP was in
but
Sweden.
we ain't really got no beef with Sweden like that.
True.
Like, this is different. I think the fact that I don't know about that one. I think I feel what you're saying. That's a good conversation to have, because I actually didn't think about that. Like, what would be the differences if, as far as our president is concerned? Would that have any influence on, the outcome of this situation? But
they was in bed. They was in bed together.
But I think with Russia, I don't know, man. Like, that's a different thing. That's not the same as Sweden.
I agree.
It's a lot easier to be hey, man, bring him back home. With Sweden, that phone call is a lot easier,
right,
than trying to hit up Russia now. It ain't sweet right now.
I want to know if there's other Russians who live there normally who probably had similar or less of weight, or more of weight. Do they get thrown 9 years for that as well? I mean, like, is that normal? And I think that's my question, because you guys are barking up the right tree. Political, forcing her to stay 9 years, probably an over sentence, more than what she actually needs, right? Or is it normal? Like, people in Russia are like, yeah, stupid. This is normal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do we know, what's normal or not? And I will say this, because, we wake up every day and choices are made. Choices are made. They may be small. Nigga, I just roll with in the car. Something, you know what I mean? Like, it could have been my day. We all make choices. They may not be the best at that time, but we made that choice. We do got to live with the consequence of it as well. I hate to say it.
You got to live with a 10-year consequence, though.
Right. I mean, it was excessive. I mean, a weed pen, oil. I mean, come on. I mean, if she had a pee on her, all right. You know what I mean?
I get it.
What are you doing with a pee? You know what I mean? Coming.
You trying to get that off?
Going from Russia, exactly.
Like that. Like, so.
But a pen.
Yeah, that tells you it's recreational or medicinal in her case, because apparently her doctor prescribed it, because in Phoenix is medical marijuana is legal, all that. Her doctor's already testified that was a prescription from the doctor.
Yeah.
She also had because I guess she played over there before. Back in 2013 or something like that. And I guess she had people on her behalf in court kind of speak. You know how they have people come in and speak? Like, half the basketball team, the Russian basketball team, spoke to her defense.
Oh, shit, that's dope.
Like, so it was like, it was a lot of that going on.
That's actually pretty dope that they came and spoke up for her. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. But they were looking to make an example out of her.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like this is a power play.
Yeah.
Like, they and it you got to look at it from their perspective too. Just from Russia's perspective, like, maybe they don't like the fact that America's dabbling in they shit that they got going on with Ukraine. They don't like that.
True.
And then they're like, so think of it our way. Like, what if the roles were reversed and Russia was dabbling with helping somebody that we had beef with and we had an issue with, and then we had one of their people? Are we gonna show them the same mercy or not? Like, it's easy for us to just kind of say, oh no, this is wrong, this is morally wrong, but what if you flip the script? Are you gonna act differently? I know they've been discussing prisoner swap.
Yeah.
So like somebody that they may want to swap and that type of thing, they've been talking about that too.
Who we got that they won't?
I forget. They was listing off some
It's
people.
like some spies or some shit like
yeah,
that.
they was listing off some people. I wasn't really privy to who they were, but I know that that's been in discussion. But I guess the press secretary though here, United States press secretary, I think he put out that any offer they've been offering has kind of been like a bad faith offer as far as coming from Russia is concerned. I mean, and that's one sided. That's what our press secretary is saying.
Right.
So.
We trying to get a spy out so he can do some more assassination.
Well, think about it. Is that a good trade?
Nah, I mean, we just getting the NBA, WNBA.
No offense, but all you can do is hoop good.
These
Like,
niggas can shoot.
You want to let some spy killer come out?
Talk about shooting in the gym.
Hey, you might have to sit, Brittany. I don't know.
You ain't here shooting in these streets.
I'm just saying, man. Like,
big difference.
Like, I don't know. But, all joking aside, I think one aspect that a lot of people ain't talking about is, like, we focus on this one person because she can hoop. And she's a high-profile person, but we got tons of people that's locked up right now, you know what I mean, for weed that should be retroactively released.
Right.
Based on that, because in most of these states it's legal.
Legal now, yeah.
And it's like, why are they sitting in prisons here in America? Fuck going to another country.
Right.
Here. And we ain't addressing that. I think what's his name posted something like that. He put out a post. I think we were just talking about him a couple weeks ago. Either Jake Paul, Logan Paul, one of the Paul brothers. He brought that up. He did something on Twitter, on Instagram. He posted something similar. Like, if you can pull it up if you want to see it verbatim, but just summarizing it, kind of said like, yeah, that's great bringing in, but you also may want to talk about the people that been
Currently
locked up for weed right now here in the U.S. and getting them released. So, and
that's what I mean. Like, we may have a little bit of a different privilege because it's now more legal and it's more talkable. I mean, I'm talking with my mom, who, in my eyes, kicked me out at 18 because she caught me smoking, and it was a great decision. It helped me grow up. You learn things. Once again, we make choices, right?
you
but
left
now,
the house. You left the house smoking like a motherfucker. He's like, fuck this. This is who I am.
Gone.
Sir, smoke a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and then move down the street. You know what I mean? Make it happen. But ultimately, now she's talking about it. She's flirting with the idea of opening a dispensary, and I'm like, what?
Oh, the weed game didn't opened up, bro. There's a lot of people that's in the weed game who you wouldn't even think.
Right.
That's the thing. That's how much it's changed. But that ain't nothing new. People gravitate where the money at.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's where the money is. That's what people gonna make them decisions. And before it was legal, and shit like that. We talked about it, man. Farmers is gonna get involved in this.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna be like, man, fuck growing these avocados, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get on this purple.
Fuck these strawberries.
I'm trying to get on this kush that y'all got going on. So that's and that's because of the money play. And the government gonna get they cut.
Right.
And
they're trying to tax it even more. I just heard something recently. They're trying to raise tax on it a little bit more. I'm like, man, y'all already taxing? You're already taxing. What you need more for it?
Bro, they always. Speaking of taxes, I know this ain't no topic, but you just start, because anytime you bring up taxes, I get pissed. I can talk about taxes all day. The person that just won the 1.2 billion?
Oh, and
bro, they only gonna get like 400 and some million out of that.
Oh, damn.
And so somebody posted, they said, congratulations to the IRS. They just won the mega millions, 800 some million dollars.
Wow.
I'm like, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like,
I mean,
does that sound like a scam or what?
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Like, come on,
is.
man. That sounded real scammy.
But I mean, she's still 400 mil. I mean, man.
You ain't complaining. But think about it. You go on TV with that fat ass check, and they say 1.2 bill, and then you leaving with 480. That's a big cut that you leave it out on the table. That Uncle Sam is like,
give me that.
Appreciate that, big dog. I'm gonna take that 800 some million off your hands real quick.
That is crazy.
Y'all think y'all gonna get y'all roads fixed, but nah.
That's crazy how they be doing that.
I'm about to pay off some of this debt over here.
I think this is the second time that I seen that shit get over $1 billion this year.
Yeah.
And it's just motherfuckers wanting to go. Excuse me.
It's kind of crazy right now, like the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You don't never know. You got Brittany getting locked up for weed for 10 years. You know, I just saw something just came across my feed. Fucking McDonald's worker got shot in the neck out there in Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
Because they fries was cold.
That's crazy.
Like that's wild.
Yeah.
Like it's
You say that.
and we say it so often, man. It's we privy to information too quickly.
Right.
And I think it's some shit we don't need to know. I don't think I need to know that on the internet. I don't need to know that. I don't need that to fuck up my day.
Right.
Like really, you really pulled the thing out
because you got cold fries.
Because your shit was under a certain temperature, man.
That's some crazy.
Like, come on,
shit.
bro. Like, little dude was 20. You ruined your life. He going for attempted murder. Girlfriend too. She an accessory. She the one that handed it to him.
Gun. Yeah.
That's what I said. That I think on World Star posted or something. I'm reading that shit. I'm like, 20-year-old dude, Brooklyn, shoot dude in the neck.
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's worker. The girl's the one that handed him the gun.
That's crazy.
Over some fries, man.
Fries. Man, we got to start holding our composure. I know that recently, a couple nights ago, it happened right down the street from me, at the Speedway gas station right here.
What you run into?
No, it was just it was like, I don't know, it was like midnight, 1 o'clock or something like that, and you know, I guess the gas station attendant went walking out after somebody who went to the car, grabbed a blippy, and popped her in the neck. This was at the Speedway in Thomas. This is in Sacramento. So
Why they go after them?
That's still unheard or unknown of. This is a story from someone who witnessed it from across the street.
What they steal, a Butterfinger or something?
I don't believe I don't know what, you know, and obviously that story is still cycling, but it's just the fact that, man, there's just too many shootings, and I feel like, honestly, cats are cowards nowadays, man. How are you going to pop somebody?
So did they die? They did?
From reading the story, they didn't confirm that anyone died, but they did get shot. And
okay.
I don't know, actually. Am I getting the McDonald's one? I think she did die.
Because you just said in the neck. The McDonald's worker got shot in the neck.
But she survived.
Yeah, because the dude is getting attempted murder.
Nah, then I think this one died. I got to recheck it. I'll recheck that after the show.
They died, man. Condolences to the family on that one.
But it's just, it's hard, you know, because, you know, it is desensitized. You know, we are.
Too much information sometimes. I mean, we look at it as entertainment.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We just say, what do we say to each other when we look at shit? Be like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the next shit.
Right.
Like, desensitized. There's nothing shocking anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Like we've seen it before.
No, there's nothing shocking. Like you think about like there's another thing that ain't popping up. You know, Jimmy Butler over here trying to beat Ja Morant with the dreads.
I ain't seen nothing like that.
Bro, you ain't seen his shit?
Nuh-uh.
Bro, he got full extensions. Bro, we just saw you in the Eastern Conference Finals, bro. Your ass ain't grow out like that.
Bro, looking like the NBA future.
Bro, he look like Rasta Butler.
Facts.
Like,
bro.
Like no, shit's wild. He got full on extension. His shit's like 3 feet.
Yeah, it's up in the bun and everything,
bro.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like I think about that and I'm like, I'm always thinking, what's the future? Mm-hmm. Like, what's gonna, like, you know, I feel like I'm an old man. I feel like how my pops was like, man, back in my day, y'all over here doing this bullshit. And I feel like I'm the same way, like with my kids, and I'm telling them, y'all doing all this nonsense, and I'm thinking 15 yees from now,
right?
Like, what is it gonna be? Are we gonna still be shocked by any of this shit? Mm-hmm. And it's just like, is it hating?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and we're gonna talk about it with somebody else. It's like, you know, the whole snitching thing that ain't even looked down upon like it used to be.
God damn.
Now that's being accepted. Like the whole, like they switching up all the rules and all the codes and all the what's acceptable, what's not, and you know all this different type of shit.
I mean, the snitching thing for me started with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
With him. He ain't the first snitch.
He ain't the first snitch, but
there's
it was
a whole bunch of mob bosses out right now that's fucking done snitched.
Publicly stated that he was a snitch, but then over the weekend, obviously at that Rolling Loud concert, there was a certain altercation that happened with Charleston White and Soulja Boy. Obviously Charleston White is known for being someone heavily in his community, making change, positive change for his area.
He's polarizing though.
Yeah, he's been making fun of a few people, as well, trying to use his certain status and platform to bring others down or talk bad about the rap community just in general because he feels like it's negative, right? And it sends the wrong message. So, he's publicly said, he wants to come up with a hotline for snitching. He wants to help the cats in high school become snitches and tell because he feels like, they should. And I get that. From a parent standpoint, I guess I can see where his mindset is at. But from how I was raised,
but
homie, you tripping.
I think you got to consider the source also. Like he's polarizing, and I've watched, staying in tune with the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Watching this entertainment.
Right.
It's kind of like, is this a part of the show? If you've listened to him, a few interviews, he says some real shit.
Right.
Like especially when it comes to a lot of the gangs, how that's propagating certain things and how that's promoting certain activity that's not bettering the community. It's not bettering the individual. It's not improving them. You know what I mean? So when I listen to some of that, I'm like, okay, I think anybody could take stuff from what he's saying and be like, okay, man, that's some real shit. But then I hear a lot of interviews he contradicts himself, but I'm not sure if that's even a part. That's just a part of the show.
Part of the
because he talks about it like he does certain shit in real life, like certain in the community, creating youth programs and coming up with getting laws and bills passed to help certain things going on with community and his people and stuff like that he does on his real time.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in interviews talking about that, but then he comes to the internet to do the bullshit because he's trying to get paid. So I'm looking at it like, okay, which one is it? Is it all part of the show on the internet? Is it halfway part of the show? Because some of the stuff you're saying is some real shit, and then some of the shit you saying is offending a whole bunch of people. You offending an entire industry. You offending an entire I would say culture,
right, there you go.
Of people, especially if you talking about gang culture too. So what's the point?
What's the angle?
Yeah, is it just monetization overall? Like you just trying to capitalize? Period. You just gonna say whatever's crazy, whatever comes to your mind first, and whatever can get you the most, the biggest bag. So he's an interesting polarizing figure right now. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to gauge him because there's some shit that he done said that contradicts. Like cue this video up. This is he was on with DJ Academics. I think he was on his podcast or his show, and he was talking about. I guess this was after the Soulja Boy thing that happened in Miami.
He said you can count every nigga.
He said a
big yellow nigga.
He said a big light skinned nigga.
He sound like he keeping facts right now.
Nigga, that's that Mace.
This nigga say he go to the gun range with his mace. Nigga, I go to the gun range with my mace. Nigga, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
He about to hit you with one of them blade joints. Like, come here, you old daywalker looking ass nigga.
So we saying this nigga right here has changed laws, has rewritten history, and
apparently
had a positive effect in his community.
Based on his track record and stuff that he's done. I mean, I guess it's documented. You know, it's documented what he's been doing. But that's the thing. Like I said, and maybe if you want to look it up, you can if you want, Warren. But there was an interview. I think it was on. I think it was Big Black's podcast. And he was kind of talking about it. That was one of the first ones I think I seen when he was talking about the differences between what he do in real life and what he do
to get money
on the internet.
Right.
And he was talking about that. He said, I do this real shit in real life. Why am I, I'm not coming to the internet to uplift nobody. Or I'm not coming here to teach. No, I'm coming here to get paid. He said, why would I do that when real life is real life and I do what I do in real life and that's documented and the people that's affected and that's, benefiting positively. Why would I mix that up with the internet? So I get I get that when I watch that, I'm like, okay, I understand. You've separated the line between the internet and that.
But
the problem
has he?
But that's my thing. He continued when I listen to a lot of because he's come up a lot.
But this nigga just said he found a spike on the fucking railroad.
That's
walking
what I'm saying,
like,
bro.
That's his normal day to day.
I saw a video that he was talking about. He makes it this is his job. He makes it where he goes to work for certain places intending to sue the company for like wrongful discrimination and things like that. Like, bro, there was I don't know what podcast he was on. He was some type of interview. But I remember listening to it, and he was talking about how he intentionally does this before he even gets hired. And it's got a whole process on how he does it. And doesn't even care about the fallout. Like, it's times he talked about, well, I don't even care about the other employees that might lose their job or whatever. I'm trying to get paid. So I'm like, I don't. So when he says that, talking about that, I'm like, I instantly get upset because I'm like, bro, that's some bullshit. The fuck you doing? But then I gotta take a step back with this internet shit, and you have to when somebody telling you who they are, they telling you, is this a part of the show? Is this a part of the internet act that he talking about? That like so you got to really take what he say on the internet with a grain of salt, even though it may sound something that you relate to or you get pissed off about or whatever. It's kind of like, all right, this is just entertainment. This just for giggles.
Right.
And so I'm looking at it from that level. But I tell you what is funny, him pepper spraying all these dudes. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Charleston, if you're listening, bro, you ain't gained no notches spray painting.
Not a nair, nada.
Soldier Boy, that ain't earning nothing. But
honestly, the story sounded like they was getting out for going to Rolling Out. Hopped out. He said they went to go tie their shoe. They ain't worried about you. Took a minute to walk over to you. You know what I mean? Now, they probably walked over to you because they know you got beef,
Right.
And they obviously stopped the van in the middle. Maybe it was to scare you. Who knows? And then you got scared.
I thought
and pulled out some pepper spray because you was nervous. You seen 12 motherfuckers, as he called them, high yellow, big yellow nigga.
He said a big yellow.
Nigga, like you was scared, nigga. You was scared.
That
You was like,
shit's
huh,
funny.
nigga, pepper spray, just like a little female. Nigga, you know how many pepper sprays I got at home?
Are you collected them? I collected them like I collect IDs,
Not
fake IDs.
I got those too, though. I keep those. But no, in general, I have so many pepper sprays because, I mean, out of 10 women, at least 3 to 4 of them are going to try and bring pepper spray into the club. And unfortunately, it's not a weapon. It's not a bad weapon. But we don't want it in the club because as soon as you spray it, not only the person that you're trying to hit gets affected, other people around them do as well. So it kills experience for everybody.
Yeah, you clearing the shit out.
You know, so I understand it. You know, I understand you wanting to protect yourself, you wanting to feel safe, non-violent, non-lethal. Oh damn, am I talking about Charleston? Damn. But then, you know, females, you know, they usually hand me their pepper spray. And then, you know, I'm like, at the end of the night, come see me. I'm still at the front door.
So what you saying? You saying Charleston acting like a bitch?
Like a fucking bitch. Yeah, I gotta take your pepper spray when you walk into the club. This nigga over here walking around with pepper spray. Nigga, you ain't even got no... Give me your damn pepper spray.
With the beam on
He
it,
got the
dog.
red beam on it.
And that nigga
With the
would come back to
beam
get
on
his
it.
pepper spray. He'd be like, hey, nigga, you got my pepper spray?
Bro.
Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here.
Man, when I saw that, man, it was a video, bro. He was on, I think he was on 85 South with DC Young Fly and them, bro. He said, bro, I got the pepper spray with the beam on it. And showed them niggas. I was like, what? That's the first time I
That
ever
nigga
heard
proud
of
of
that.
that
I
shit.
ain't never seen that yet. And I've been doing security for a minute. And as
Yeah.
you said, the only pepper spray I collect is from the female
Yep.
persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't seen one with a red beam on it.
Right.
Them been some pink bedazzled plastic joints.
Right,
Them
right.
the ones I didn't see.
He got a custom.
Bro, his shit
With a fucking beam
He
on
got
it.
that
This
custom
nigga.
pepper spray.
Get the...
So you say, so let's touch just real quick. You say that's a bitch move. So then you put yourself in his position. You got some mace on you with the beam on it, and you got 12 dudes walking up to you.
For one, why would I have mace on me with the beam on
I'm
it?
just saying, you got it on you. You just happen to have it on you, and you got 12 dudes walking up to you. You just gonna
Nigga, for one, I wouldn't be put in that situation. He looked like he was cornered. You think I'm gonna let myself get cornered?
Oh, so you just gonna make a run for it when you see
Nigga,
him.
I'm swinging and running, nigga. Whoever get laid out on the way out, get laid out, nigga. Shit.
But that's 12 dudes.
Nigga, I'm running. Nigga, one of them niggas better trip me.
So if you got,
Shit.
so let me say this. So let's make it real.
Yeah.
You got the pepper spray on you, and you cornered.
But nigga, did anybody touch him?
It
Did
don't
anybody...
matter. So what I'm saying is, you cornered. They coming up to you, approaching. It's 12 dudes at the end of the day. So you can't even. So you got to think about it from that perspective. And anybody that's been jumped would know this. You know, you got to watch your tone.
Facts.
There's a line you can't cross.
I'm really trying to put myself
You
in
see
the
what I'm
shoes.
saying?
I
Like
feel you. I
when
feel
12
you.
dudes walk up to you, I don't care how tough you is, all that bullshit, or I'm gonna stand on 10 toes down, all that's fake bullshit. I don't want to hear none of that. 12 dudes walking up on you, you ain't the Hulk. I don't give a damn if you knock the first 2 out, nigga. The 10 got you.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't give a damn.
Easy.
Like that, like
Hey, two
so
to
this
three
whole
going,
thing,
two
like
to three going down, nigga.
hey, well 9 got
They
your
gon-
ass.
Yeah, they gonna get me.
You gonna have 9 just like Brittany.
Fuck.
Nah.
Nigga over here with the pun, huh?
No,
okay.
for real. No, but you're not
Okay.
you're not gonna beat 12 dudes like that. You may be able,
Realistically,
you
you're
may
right.
be able to outrun them.
You're
I'll give
right.
you that if you want to just take off
Because
rip.
I would never have mace on me, but I see what you're saying.
So I'm saying you got the mace on you. Let's just say you had it.
I'm gonna try to use it in dip. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So so is he a bitch for using the mace?
He a bitch for having the mace.
He a bitch for having a beam on it.
Shit. But nah, but
he
what
a,
you
he a beam bitch.
Really beaming.
will it be man? But nah, what you saying is right. If I had the can of mace, I'm gonna try and spray some cats and dip, but I would never have a can of mace on me, so that's why I would take the violence route. I'm gonna try to hit 1 or 2 of them while dipping. You know what I mean? Like that would be my modus of operandi if I don't
Right.
have.
Soldier Boy should have knew this was happening. He didn't said this. He didn't said I'm gonna spray and call the police. That's what's wild too. And when I saw his, we was watching it. You was watching it earlier, but I had caught it. I think maybe a week ago. He went on live after this whole incident.
Who, Soldier Boy?
No, Charleston White.
Okay.
No, Soldier Boy. I think he went on live, or
He
he
posted.
responded. I think like a day or 2 later. But I guess Charleston White was kind of reenacting what was happening. I believe what he said happened. Everything lines up. Like it doesn't sound like he's making nothing up based on what happened, even from what Soldier Boy said. Because even the stuff Soldier Boy says, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what he said.
Yeah.
But when he made the comment, he was like, Soldier Boy said, "Nigga, you should just spray paint me." He said, "Hell yeah, nigga."
You just spray paint me. What was Soldier Boy's response? Was he pissed? Or
He
what?
was well. That's
He
the
was
thing.
hot, of course.
He
Was
was
he?
upset, and he basically was trying. He's kind of calling him what Winton's saying. He's
Called him
saying
a
he is a bitch for having the pepper spray and all that different type of shit. But when you listen to his response, he doesn't deny anything that transpired.
Right.
That's
It
the
happened.
thing.
It
That's
happened.
how I know. I'm like, okay, what he's saying is accurate.
Right.
I think that's I think that's kind of wild though. That he's talking about the railroad nails.
Bro,
That's something new.
it sound wild to me. You know what I mean? So you really don't know what to
But that's
skip.
the contradiction, man. Like like I said, like it's to me. I think the whole thing is an act. I think the whole thing on the internet is a show because he's on this podcast with DJ Academics. If you guys actually watch this, they talk about 6ix9ine. You was just talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
He says in this interview that just happened maybe a week ago that he commends 6ix9ine for coming out doing what he's doing and snitching and all that shit. You talked about he trying to create the hotline and all of that, right?
It's because he went to jail for not snitching.
Right, but he commends
6ix9ine for snitching because now he felt like he should have snitched.
But
I get it.
But
Time
that's the thing,
changes
though.
you.
There's an interview of him, literally. I don't know, maybe a year ago, like right when he found out he was snitching, right when the whole situation was going on with 6ix9ine. He's dogging him. Saying he's a piece of shit and all this. That's why I'm saying that it ain't adding up. But then when I start thinking about it, I'm like, he sounds smarter than to allow that big of a contradiction. So that's when I start thinking, I'm like, okay, is this whole thing just an act? As he said,
right.
This is just the internet, and I'm just saying whatever
To get
just
paid.
to get paid. And so when you got somebody like that, it's hard to pinpoint where they're coming from. It's hard to take what they say and take it to the bank. So interesting. I laughed. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got no tears for Soldier Boy.
He a character. I'll tell you that for sure.
I ain't got
man.
no tears for him.
I mean, obviously he over it too. Even in his internet rant, he's just all like, "Who are you? Nobody knows you." You know what I mean? Like, what are you known for? Like, I get that. And then he started ranting about, I made millions when I was 16, and then I was like, all right, fuck it. After that, I don't care. But that was interesting.
Is he the first rapper to get pepper sprayed?
Facts.
Shit.
Facts, bro. Big Draco.
Damn.
Big Draco got hit with the beam spray.
You
The
should go on
beam.
live. I was the first rapper to get pepper sprayed.
Hey, we gotta trademark that shit.
He about
to get Willie Beam.
Yeah.
And he's in Miami too?
Yeah.
Was that where any given Sunday, the Miami Sharks?
Yeah.
Bro.
Willie Beamer.
Hey, somebody make that meme.
But in general, speaking of Willie Beamer being under the bright lights, a lot of things are happening under the lights in this new upcoming season, the NFL season. Oh boy, we got a lot of things happening with most recent suspensions coming down on Mr. Deshaun Watson himself of the Cleveland Browns. Is that what they're called?
What, you just gonna say Cleveland Cavaliers?
I was thinking
get your sports mixed up.
I was, Cleveland Browns, and then I don't know.
Cleveland Guardians, the baseball team.
I don't know what I was thinking about Cleveland in general. Anyways, but
He talking about the what was that? The Mud Dog.
There we go.
In the Bourbon Bowl.
Bourbon Bowl Mud Dogs.
With
I don't know.
Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher. I think I was thinking of that. I'm not gonna lie. I had to take a little meme from there yesterday. But in general, Deshaun Watson was sentenced to 6 games suspension, no pay.
Man, you over here trying to sound like you a commentator on First Take.
I don't think I'm trying. It just happens.
He said Deshaun Watson was sentenced to 6 games.
Yeah. 6 games in the NFL upcoming season, which obviously would make him eligible to play after the 6th game, right? And they're going to have a decent backup, Jacoby Brissett, who's been great backups and actually had great opportunities to start in a few teams. Colts being one of them, Miami Dolphins being another.
Man, forget all that. Don't nobody care what's going on the field.
I care because I'm a Steeler fan. That means for the first 6 games, we got an opportunity to at least get 2 cool, quick wins. Let's get it in. You know what I mean? We need that.
Man,
we need that.
Fuck your team that only got a logo on one side of the helmet.
How you gonna say
Let's
fuck the
talk about-
team
let's
that's
talk
tied
about
for the most
suspension.
championships in the fucking league? Don't even get me started, bro.
You got to have a logo on both sides of the helmet before you talk to me.
We original, man. We trendsetters out here. Anyways,
No, go
I
ahead.
want to know the question is this. Ray Rice.
Right.
I got to be careful what I want to say, but slapped a bitch. That wasn't careful at all.
No, that wasn't, bro.
That wasn't
okay.
careful.
You don't think
I tried to, but I
Think
thought it
before
was
you talk.
okay. I thought it was okay.
it was his wife.
Yes. Suspended for how long?
Slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Pump
Is this
your
after
brakes.
dark? After dark?
It's
Another after dark?
The sun is setting.
Yeah.
She busting it open.
For them loud mufflers, she will.
Right.
She got the. If you got the mufflers and the Ultima,
Ultimate.
bro, she laying it all out.
Oh my god, man! Shout out
to Kenny.
Yeah,
man.
Shout out to Kenny, man. Appreciate you
Jackson,
coming on,
man.
man. It was a great show.
Definitely make sure you guys check out
Shout
that
out
episode last week. But in general, Ray Rice hit his wife, and it was ugly. It was ugly.
Yeah, because it was visuals on video.
One of the worst ones I've ever seen. And, obviously it led to him, being out of the league. It was some very harsh punishment, but I can definitely understand why. Then we had certain people like, what's the nigga that smoked weed? Josh. It's not Josh Cribbs. What was his name?
Josh Gibson? Not Josh Gibson.
Nah,
Josh.
I want to say Josh Norman, but it ain't Josh
It's
Norman.
not Josh Norman. It's
I sent it to you.
wide receiver.
Why? I know, but he was quick as shit,
Josh
too.
Gordon, isn't it?
Gordon.
Yeah.
There you go. God damn. He got, like 25 games? It was two different stints, two different stupid weed incidents. Once again, weed. Brittany Garner. Suspension
Stay
of 25
off
games.
The weed.
Shout out Stephen A.
Stephen A. would. That's he should have that as his ringtone.
Right.
So he can get on the field. Have every alarm talking about that, bro. He'll stay off.
And then what's that new rookie receiver? Well, he wasn't a rookie. He was like first or second year in from Atlanta. Gamble?
No, Calvin Ridley.
It was Wrigley?
Yeah,
Ridley,
you hella
yeah.
off. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
It was Wrigley?
Ridley, yeah.
Put the drink down, bro.
God damn. From Alabama? From Bama?
Yeah.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley on the Falcons.
Fucking idiot.
But
Betting on the games. He got what, like 13
He got the
games?
whole year.
Yeah,
He got the whole year.
Yeah.
So
But 6 for getting the mushroom massage?
Yeah, but he sat out last year.
bro, did you?
But
say
he was
the
getting
mushroom
paid.
massage?
Yeah, he was getting the mushroom massage.
Bro, but the problem is his mushroom massage was unwarranted. He wasn't getting permission to get it. Allegedly.
But that's what I'm saying. He only gets 6 games.
But he sat out last year.
Wasn't he getting paid?
Yeah, but I mean,
They were paying him to
wants
sit
play.
out, understanding that a consequence was coming. That's the reason why they made this abrupt trade at the
Okay, but to make the NFL wants to make the man miss two full seasons.
one
Like,
season. He was paid though. He
You
was
guys feel like
paid
that's
for it.
fair?
I feel like I'll say this: there will be no sympathy for him based on the amount of allegations. He literally damn near getting the number of allegations he got is similar to Cosby.
But half of them I feel like it's just bullshit.
And
You
we
know
and
what I
we
mean?
talked about that. We talked about that even when we was talking about the R. Kelly thing. We was talking about
McKelly's.
him over there at the McKelly's drive-through trying to pick up these girls and shit like that. These guys, Cosby, anyone that's been accused of any type of sexual assault or inappropriate acts sexually with females and things like that, especially underage. There's always one or two kind of started off, and then now everybody want to hop on. We talked about
Yeah.
it. That still doesn't negate the act from the beginning. Does it? Are there women that may be out there trying to take advantage? Of course. Okay. That's still, both can be true. There's women out there trying to take advantage of the situation and the fact that he's down and out right now, and you pouring salt on the wound. And then also what also can be true is that you really was
did
doing
that
the bullshit,
shit. Yeah.
and you should, face the sentencing that you get. I'll say this: the NFL is appealing it not because they actually give a shit about the women, especially the ones that may be truly affected by what's going on or may be victim to this. We don't know. It's all alleged at this moment. But the NFL don't care about that.
They're trying to save face.
They trying to save face
Yeah.
because they getting backlash right now because people are making the comparison as
Right.
we just talked about.
Right.
Calvin Ridley's over here getting a whole football season for gambling.
Right.
And then you got, Gordon over
Gordon.
here who just, he like to smoke that good shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he done missed, how many games,
It was like two seasons.
Damn near
It was
two
like
seasons.
Yeah.
And then he's getting 6. Now, if we want to be specific, the reason why is because it's precedent setting. And a lot of times when you're dealing with an employer, when you're dealing with someone that's got a collective bargaining agreement that, represents the employees, it sets precedent of certain suspension times.
And I think that's just
that's
new
what
ruling.
that was. Is it was in alignment with what was going on in the past for similar allegations.
Right.
He got 6.
Right.
The NFL is trying to appeal to get him to get more, but they're only doing that because of the backlash. It's not because they actually give a shit. And I don't give a damn what anybody says. That's the fact.
Looks like
Because if people didn't really care, if there wasn't no uproar, bro, they wouldn't have appealed shit. They would have let it go. They would have let it go.
Yeah, of course. They knew some backlash was coming. Obviously, they got a new assistant in play right now who's obviously trying to somewhat make the shot calls. But obviously, the main person could overrule everything and say what's right. But he's obviously not making that choice to say anything. Jeff Darlington obviously talks about the appeal, about an indefinite suspension that would take the place of a minimum of 1 year. And even with that 1 year suspension, if they were to put that on him, they would still – like, I don't know the right terminology to say, but they would still like replay or reroute his contract. So this 1 year of him serving as a suspension would not count towards his 5-year contract that he had signed. They would just shift that time. So he would still be allowed his 5-year if the suspension does exceed over the 6-game suspension. So they're really pushing for more. But I think they're pushing for more, like you guys said, to pleasing the public eye of knowing that his actions have not been taken lightly. We say he was suspended all year last year. Technically, that
has
was
to stand for something.
The Texans were trying to keep him, and I get it. They were trying, but at the same time, they were paying the man to sit on the bench because they knew something was coming. So was it really a suspension, or did he get a full year of just eating cakes and sitting on the bench? I get what you're saying.
I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, but I mean, if you ask Watson, he's gonna be like, dude, I sat out a year. This is the game that he loves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
He's missing out on this. Is gonna be what, damn near 2 years of his prime. Like Watson's one of the top quarterbacks in the league.
So let me ask this. This is a question. Let's say out of all the allegations, 99.9% they all bullshit, but there's one person that's legit. Does he deserve more than 6? Let's say they all fall through. How many accusers?
It's like 24 or something like that.
So let's just call it 24 just for the debate. 23 out of the 24 is 100% bullshit. They just talking out their ass. The one sticks and it's legit. Does he still only deserve 6?
Does he still only deserve 6?
It depends how egregious or what happened. That's what it comes down to me. It depends how, like, he definitely deserves to be suspended.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But
yes, he does.
But I wouldn't go a full year.
But you say that, and we had the same conversation. If we go back, and you just said it earlier with Ray Rice, they gave him a suspension. Mm-hmm. They was already talking about it. Mm-hmm. They was already gearing up to give him a suspension of the allotted amount.
Right.
And then what happened?
The video came out. So if a video come out, that changes anything. The act was still the same, but now you just got a visual. Mm-hmm. That's supposed to extend the games now because of the video.
It's always worse when there's a visual. But let's take it back to Robert Kraft though. What happened to him when he was running around with these? Remember, he was going into massage parlors, getting happy endings.
Yeah, owner.
Right? Nothing happened to him.
They looked the other way.
He was getting that real mushroom massage.
Mushroom.
I think all he got was like
massage.
a fine of like $1 million. I mean, we could probably look it up, but it wasn't, missing a whole year of football.
Maybe maybe that's why they're so lenient on Watson, because someone who had pockets, deep pockets, got away with it.
Deep.
I mean, who knows, right? What's the situation?
But I think that speaks to, we were just talking about it with Brittany. I mean, the privileges is deep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on what you do, your job, your importance, you know, how much, the as you just spoke about it, Robert Kraft, how much money is invested with that man?
A lot.
How much money is invested with Deshaun Watson? How much money is invested with Brittany Griner? Mm-hmm. So these people, you get these privileges and you get these concessions made for you when you in that type of spotlight in comparison to the normal person. That ain't nothing new. Nobody's surprised. People can be in an uproar about it and be upset about it. I'd be upset about it if we trying to make the comparison. But at the end of the day, we don't do that. Like they know that these people that are in these certain positions, they get these type of concessions. Politicians, I don't give a fuck who it is. Like anybody, you think that the crime is going match the time when you talking about people's pockets? It don't.
God damn.
The motherfucker that's working at Burger King, the dude that's working at Shoe Palace,
Right.
he ain't gonna get the same treatment. It's not gonna happen. And if you think it's gonna happen, you fooling yourself. Now I'm not saying that it's right. I disagree with it, but that's reality. And you got to move different. If you over there working at motherfucking Paxson or Tilly's, you better not be moving like these people, because your ass you're gonna be filling a football number.
Right. But dude, that's crazy though. You mentioned it. Brittany Garner, 9 years. Probably her bank account ain't as big as Deshaun Watson. And I get it. WNBA, maybe they need to fight for a little bit more, but they need more entertainment, more, you know what I mean? But
do they need to fight? Come on, man. We can talk about that.
Shout out to everybody at Tilly's. This nigga Rob's at Tilly's.
Impact Sound, right?
Hey, some of their shirts be cool though, bro. I don't go to the back of the store because that's all for like skateboard shit. So it's like I go to the first like three, the first third of the store. Like everything past that, they got skateboards and shit back there. I don't be shopping over the outside. But everything in the front, I'm like, man, y'all got some cool shit.
But the privileges may be different. Brittany Gardner, 9 years, opposed to Deshaun Watson, 6 games. Right. Really huge difference. And I'm not saying that.
Well, the NFL makes more money than the WNBA.
Of course. Of course. Which is, I want to say debatable, but it's not debatable.
It's not debatable. I don't want to. I'm all for equal pay.
Right.
100%.
Right.
I'm all for equal pay. This is my thing, and we can put this debate to bed.
Oh shit! Here we go. Go ahead.
When women is screaming about why the WNBA players don't get paid the same, they don't get the same treatment, all that thing. I get it. I understand it. Why ain't y'all at the fucking game? I don't be seeing these women that be talking about it at the WNBA game. You know where they be? At the NBA game.
Facts.
Because they trying to catch them a ball player.
Facts.
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear it. I really don't. I'm serious. Y'all don't even support what y'all talking about. Y'all talking about y'all want to get them more money, but y'all ass ain't never been to a game. I've been to a few games.
I've been to one. A few.
I haven't.
So I'm just saying, but we hear that all the time, especially in comparison with WNBA and stuff like that. It's all market. The market determines it. You know what I mean? Like, and they try to make that same comparison, especially like when you talk about entertainment, it's all about what people want to see. The market dictates how much you get paid.
Right.
That's just how that
true.
works.
That's
now,
facts.
if you work at Burger King, a guy works at Burger King doing cashier, and a woman works at Burger King doing cashier, they should 100% be getting paid the same. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. But when you start trying to make these comparisons between WNBA, or you trying to make the comparison between women's MMA versus men's and things like that, who's watching it? You can't pay them the same if the viewership for the women's side ain't as much on par with the men's, or vice versa. Whichever way it goes, you can't do it that way. Like, that's just not how entertainment works. Entertainment is based on who's watching, the amount of eyes tuning in, how much dollars are being passed by into people's pockets. That's how people get paid. It's a pie chart.
Well, talking about people getting paid, pie charts, and what's entertaining, let's talk about your twin brother.
Man, nigga.
Drizzy Drake. All right,
We could have went all night without saying that bullshit.
Drizzy Drake
I'm gonna
found
let
him.
you carry on.
Drizzy Drake found himself in the news.
It's because I made fun of the Steelers. That's what it is.
Yeah, you know. Shots
I
back,
understand.
shots fired. Shots fired. You know he looked like Drake. Stop playing. Stop playing.
Shut up, bro.
Anyways, Drake was found in the news this week over here. You know what? He was shooting his shot. Take this shot. No, I don't even know that nigga's words to the song, so I ain't even gonna try. Anyways, he shot his shot this weekend by trying to airdrop a photo of a mediocre, middle-aged. She was cool. She was cool woman.
So was that, so basically, takes photo
of a female, tries to airdrop it to her.
attempts to airdrop. So and that's him shooting his shot, trying to holler.
Yeah, you know.
So
how many people did he airdrop it to? I wonder. You know.
Oh, you think he airdropped to more people? Or
Oh,
just
I
to
mean,
her?
you can't just assume that one person. I'm airdropping it to her. That's her phone. Beep. You can't assume that that's her.
What if they got their name?
How would she have his name though? She was there with her dude.
Bro, he could have found the information.
But did he make a successful connection and a successful airdrop, or did he airdrop someone else?
So the question is, I don't even think that's the question. The question is it P or is it creepy?
Is it P or is it creepy?
Pushing P.
Is it player?
Push a P, play a P.
What you think? Is that
It's creepy.
Is that temporary or is that gonna become a trend?
It's creepy, and the reason being it's creepy is because nigga, you Drake, nigga, you just walk up and be like, hey, how you doing?
That's why it ain't creepy. Any female in here, I'm gonna let you go on, but I'm gonna say my shit. Go ahead, get your shit off.
But I mean, you know what I mean? Like, why can't you just be normal? You Drizzy Drake, you got the money. You know
Can't
what I
be
mean?
normal. You gonna do something different. You're a trendsetter.
But you gonna try to take a picture of someone, let them know they're beautiful by airdropping it to themselves. Okay, I get this airdrop. It's a picture of myself. Like, who's looking? Oh, Drizzy Drake. Oh, hi. Hey, what the fuck are we supposed to do? What now? What now? You don't got my number?
Do you think she even knew Drake was there? That was Drake?
I think
You know what I mean?
she would have been in more awe looking up at him
Because
or trying to take pictures of him than just staring down at her phone.
To me, if you look at her, she was just like in the zone. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like any other fangirl would have been like, they would have known Drake was there and they wouldn't have took their eyes off him. You know what I mean? But
that's what I mean. Right.
But that, it kind of makes me think that like she's from money. You know what I mean? Like, I think she definitely had some type of money.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then
she in the restaurant with Drake, so I mean, obviously.
she may not have been privy to who he is. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't buying that.
He rolled with a deep crowd, man. This nigga just had motherfucking servants swatting and trying to grab fucking bees in front of him.
I could go with her not knowing that he was there or in her vicinity or her radius. But to say that she don't know who the fuck he is, I ain't buying that.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends because we don't even know if he was in the States. He could have been like, you know, Sweden. You know what I mean? Having dinner in like Greece or something. You know what I mean? Because if you see the settings, I don't know if you guys seen it. Did you see it where he was? They had like I guess the bee was trying to sting him or whatever.
Right. That's what I mean. Yeah.
To me, it looked like they were out of the country.
Oh, so that was the same place?
Yeah.
Where he kind of took a shot at Joe Budden, where they was playing the Pump It Up song.
Yeah, when the two dudes was dancing.
Same, that was the
I
same.
think that was
spot?
the same thing. Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh, he over there acting. He
I
was
ain't
over
see
there
the Joe
doing the
Budden
most.
thing.
Yeah.
No, I guess they was playing the
Joe
Budden
Budden song.
Pump It Up song,
Yeah.
and I think he posted something about it,
Yeah, he said something
and it
like,
was kind of like a shot.
yeah, he's
at
like,
him.
I think he said this is the only place they'd be dancing this hard to your song,
Or something
like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Dang.
I don't know the details of it. I know they played Joe Budden, and I know they had like a little bit of a feud or something like that. But is it really creepy though?
Is it creepy or is it Pusha
Man,
P?
Will
Pusha
you-
P.
to,
P.
to be honest with you, and you can ask any female this, the line between creepy and charming
It's fucking thin as shit.
Extremely thin, depending on who's sending the
It's
shit.
thin as shit to everybody nowadays.
If you got Quasimodo from Hunchback of Notre Dame over here trying to airdrop some shit, they gonna be like, that's creepy as hell. But
Right.
if you got Shamar Moore or motherfucking Morris Chestnut over here, then they gonna be like, oh, that's charming. That's hella player.
He's my twin brother. Anyways,
We gonna edit that part out. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I heard my lizard's crickets on that shit.
The way this man Rob paused, that shit was epic.
We gonna act like we didn't hear that.
damn.
The gecko,
I apologize for that.
the gecko didn't hear it either.
Nah, he was like, that shit's trash.
Another
But no, honestly, you asking you if they make the difference is between who is sending them the text, who's shooting a shot. That's who they'll determine whether it's creepy or not. How many commas he got in his bank account to determine if it's creepy or not? And when it's somebody like any high class, it could have been Drake, it could have been Future, it could have been Floyd Mayweather, it could have been any high profile person. They can try to turn any of these type of things into a trend. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man, that's something different.
It is.
You take a picture of somebody, send it to them, like, hey.
I just don't know what the end goal was. You know what I mean?
He might have been trying to steal somebody's bitch.
I mean, I can understand that.
But he plays a lot of games, and
that.
a lot of these guys in this, and we don't know his intentions. I don't know what is in his head, but we do know that a lot of these guys that got a lot of means, they got a lot of resources that basically can do pretty much what they feel like they can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
he might not even want them. He
Right.
might just do it just to start some shit.
Just
Right.
to, yeah.
Just to say that he did it. Like, you don't never know, like, with shit like this. So it's, guys like, he probably just bored. He probably had a few drinks in him, feeling himself. Just clown Joe Budden on his song, and was like, man, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Shoot my shot.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
I feel you on that, man. When you talk about creepy, though, I started thinking about certain situations that happen
Before
in the
you say
nightclub.
that, PSA, don't do that in the club. I'll be secure in there.
Yeah.
I will kick your ass out.
Yeah.
If we get a complaint.
On airdrops?
Yeah. You out. You out, big dog. Hey, I'm gonna put that in the code. Dude is banned because he tried to do what Drake did. He tried to airdrop a photo.
Airdrop photo. Everybody got the same photo. But no, in serious matters, though, I had similar situations about some creepy shit in the club. And, like, how do we handle it is a question. And this is the number one the hardest question to ask a security guard. When a female is pissed off because somebody, we don't really know who,
Right.
grabbed their ass. What are you doing? How do you handle that? I'll tell you right now, my situation is it ended up having to be an ex-coworker of mine that I work with, and she's cool. I know her brother, or her cousin, excuse me. I managed his cousin before he became a manager. And, they were out at the club one night, and, she's with her group, and they're all there. And I guess supposedly somebody grabbed her ass. And hear me out on this. This is a club.
Right.
It is dark. And a lot of motherfuckers are creepy, and they do be trying to grab ass. I know. I've heard the stories before. Trust me. I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is sometimes these guys be slapping ass so much that they're smarter than normal. They'll try to reach around somebody and grab the ass, and now you thinking it's a dude that they just reached around, and the nigga that grabbed your ass got away smooth as clean. So it is difficult.
You spoke on that like you know.
Because, bro, like when I go out there, it's kind of hard to say who did what. Nobody's talking.
I get you.
I only had one situation where somebody was smart enough to catch their hand. They let it happen one time. And then the second time they were on alert. They went to do it again, see who it was, and caught their hand.
Okay.
I was able to kick them out at that time. Obviously, when you say you caught their hand and it's a, caught red-handed situation, it's time to go.
So what's your point? Are you basically saying you're dealing with the normal complaint?
Yeah.
A female comes up, says,
How
hey,
do
man,
you
this
handle
guy's me?
Yeah, how do you handle it? Someone slapped their ass but really ain't got.
There's a couple ways we can go. There's a couple ways we can go about it. If the venue has a good security system, and is able to catch video, that type of thing, that's something that we can always do, right? Video don't lie.
Right.
That's always an option. If that's not an option,
it's too far of an option. No manager wants to stop, log into the cameras, playback time.
that depends on the venue. More some do.
All over a slap ass.
Some do. I'm telling you right now, some do. They do. And it's the big number for. But let's just go on. Maybe you don't have that, sophisticated of a security system or video footage like that. So what are you relying on? So how I deal with it, if we get a complaint and no one saw it, it's hard for us just to go ahead and just take that person's word on it. We're just being straight up. We're just being straight up. What ends up happening though is you let us know. Now we're on alert.
Right.
And what usually I would tell the person, and this is just what I've done, and my history, my experience, is we take a look out. We're like, okay, appreciate you telling us. We're gonna keep our eye out, If we get any more complaints about him from other people, or a same complaint from this person, we watch them closer. If we see anything, they're gonna be out.
Okay, I like that.
So
I like that.
Another alternative too, and we do this the same thing when it's it's altercations. Especially if it's altercation, nobody really as staff really saw much of anything, but there's kind of some jawing or whatever. We kind of give everybody a warning, like, look, this is what the situation is. We're gonna let everything slide right now. We hear anything else popping off, everybody out. It's kind of the same concept. So we go up to the dude. It's like, hey man, you got this complaint. I won't even tell who the complaint is from. I'll just say you got a complaint about inappropriate touching somebody or harassing somebody or whatever the situation is, and I'm like, look, this is the complaint. I'm letting you know everything's fine for right now, but if we get any more complaints about you, you gone.
You're
So
outta
that's
there.
so that's the line that we set, and I think that's the best way to approach it, because you can't just jump the gun and take someone's word for it right out the bat without having any proof. We just can't operate that way. You know what I mean? And I'll say this too. It also depends on what happened.
Yeah, true that. Too.
You know what I mean? Like obviously, if you got fucking backhanded and you got a big ass mark on your face, okay. But somebody done probably seen that though.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like there was a witness to
somebody
this.
would have saw that.
That's
sure.
what I'm saying. Yeah. So the circumstances, depending on what it is, we can get anecdotal and all that.
Slap ass is the normal one that you can't tell because niggas is trying to really be creepy and sneaky.
Right.
Shit,
but that's the one, and to me, I think that's what you got to rely upon your staff.
Great statement.
And your security. That this is the protocol you should go about it, because to me, that also gives the person who is potentially assaulted peace of mind. Like, hey, they're gonna be watching this person. They're gonna be watching out for me.
Comfort.
That type of thing. So it ain't gonna happen again. And also, if there's any other issues that come up, they go. Because think about it this way. This is a deterrent. Let's say he did it, the dude did it, and you come up to them and say that. A lot of times, man, they'll dip. They'll be like, if they really did do it,
too nervous.
If they really did do it,
they nervous.
They'll dip. So that's always a good indication too.
But that's the thing, though. Shit.
We have to operate that way, because I've been in situations where
armpits all sweaty,
where dudes have been like accused of harassing a female just because they asked them to, did you want a drink? I'm sorry, ma'am, that's not harassment. He asked you if you want a drink. You said no. That's the end of it. That's not harassment. Or if he asked you to dance, you had a nightclub. Somebody's gonna ask you to dance.
Sometimes we're overly persistent, though. Sometimes some guys can't take no for an answer, and they keep
That's
going,
different, though. That's different. That's not the same. I'm telling you, I've been in the situations where literally I'd be like, okay, what's the complaint?
Right.
Well, he asked me if I wanted a drink, and I'm like,
okay,
what else happened? And they're like, well, no, he just asked me if I want a drink. And then I'm thinking like, okay, he kept repeating it maybe. And I'm like, well, how many times did he ask you? He's like, well, he just asked me once. I'm like, yeah. He
get your ass up out of here.
But that's what I'm saying. We deal with that. That happens. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just go right off the bat with it. You got to deal with what's in front of you. But I think that's the best approach to handling the situation. That's where all parties are kind of being looked out for and things like that. I know I got long-winded with it, but
no, we're ready. What you got on that subject? How did you handle these situations when it came to females getting slapped in the club, and as far as in their butt, and not necessarily having that clear
in their butt,
slapped in the butt, slapping the butt, slapping. Oh, should I say it? Did I say it right?
On the ass,
in their butt? Oh, I
you said in their butt.
Oh shit. Okay,
bro, what you talking about, man?
A little grammar error right there.
Oh man,
what you doing?
It's an entry error.
I agree with y'all, man. I mean, in that type of situation, it's tough to identify who's doing what. Because, when you're in the club, especially if it's a crowded club, it's popping, and somebody grabs ass, like, if you ain't right there to see it, you ain't going to know who did it. You know what I mean? Unless she grabbed her hand or somebody around them seen it.
Right.
You know what I mean? That, like, there's no way. So, like, to me, the best thing is, like, all right, you address the female. All right, what happened? She tells you whatever happened. Did any of your girls see? Did anybody around you see? You know what I mean? And if they seen it, and can you identify this person? And if they can identify who did it, then we'll address it. We'll take care of the issue. You know what I mean? But half the time it's, I don't know who did it. He just grabbed it and walked away. Like, all right, well, what do you want us to do?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that situation to me is tough.
Yeah.
That's like one of the toughest situations to deal with in a nightclub, to be honest.
Yeah. Now, especially when it's something more vague like that, when they don't even know who did it.
Right.
Then I would say the approach is, okay, whoever's security that's got that post, that's got that area, that zone, keep an eye out on that area. Like
Right.
that's the best that we can do.
Exactly.
We can't just go around accusing people, especially if you can't identify.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like but those are the precautions that we do take. But like I said, if you are a venue that has surveillance, that makes it a whole lot easier.
Right.
And I would say that
tough.
some of the ones that I've worked at, not all of them, but a good portion of them, they got good cameras, and it's pretty simple to just pull that shit up. Especially if you say, well, okay, where were you at?
True.
You was over here. You was by this corner of the bar.
Right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you
pull
are
up
right.
the shit.
You right. You
pull
know
up
what?
the shit, and then you can see. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
you know who you're dealing with because she's the one coming to you. You can identify her on the camera. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch. I'm like, when did this happen? Oh, about like 20 minutes ago. All right, what time is it?
I did forget
Let's
about
rewind.
that location that we did work at.
We could do that. I mean, and that's happened.
But what do you do if it's another female doing it?
You let that shit go.
Another female what?
Oh, hold on, wait. What do you mean?
So-
you got
so
a different angle on
I
it.
think we're speaking from the mindset that 100% it's a guy being weird, being sneaky, grabbing a girl's ass.
Creepy like Drizzy Drake.
Right. But what if it's a girl grabbing another girl's ass?
Like, what's the intent? Like, girls grab other girls' ass all day and they love it,
So
right?
she's
Exactly.
not.
But
So
is she hiding and like
Exactly.
hiding from it, and she's slapping her ass, and this girl don't know who slapped her ass?
I mean,
or-
but let's say she doesn't hide. She slaps the girl's ass. They don't know each other. And she's like, "Girl, you got a nice ass. You got a fat ass." She slaps her in the ass.
It depends on how that person takes
the girl that got her ass slapped is uncomfortable about it.
she gotta go.
it. Yeah,
Oh, so
simple.
she got to go.
She gotta go. I mean, shit.
Okay.
It's the same rules apply. If you don't feel good and comfortable about it, then shit.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I mean, if the one that's complaining is uncomfortable about
Right.
it,
Yeah.
okay, I'll put
Right.
it on you. A dude slap your ass.
That's to me that's completely different.
Why? Because it's your ass?
Well, we ain't playing basketball. We ain't playing football. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't telling me good job for doing something. Like,
Right.
a dude slap my ass in the club. Like, he either gay or he on some weird shit. You know what I mean? Like,
He might have said, man, good job with that drink.
you still didn't say the answer that I was looking for. A nigga slapped my ass. I turn around and see it's a dude. I'm sorry. I'm teeing off. Night night. Nigga, after dark, night. I walk out before security grab me because you already know it's a problem when security try to grab me. I'm throwing one of them niggas. I'm sorry. I was in your position, nigga, so I know how you feel right now. I know.
I
how
ain't
you
mad
feel.
at you. I ain't mad at you.
But nah,
Turn around
I
and throw hands. I ain't
I'm
mad at
throwing
you.
hands. You ain't gonna slap nobody that you don't know. But and I know that's how these females feel as well when men slap their ass. They feel like, shit, I want to tee off on you, but you a man. Brittany Garner situation, but they can't do that because they feel some type of way. You know what I mean?
But no, but they're doing the right thing if they did get violated in that way.
And they're letting somebody know.
Letting somebody know. That's what you're supposed to do. As
Right.
a woman, you're supposed to do. Because I don't advocate that. I'm a big person on that when it comes to women fighting men. I ain't with it.
Right. No, I ain't with that shit
Because
either.
I'm going to be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, you ain't going to win it.
Right. No, I almost
You
jumped
just
into
not.
it.
So why are you going to put yourself in that
Facts.
position and posture yourself
Facts.
as a man, fighting a man, and then you potentially getting hurt? Because there's some dudes out here don't give a fuck.
Will KO your ass.
Bro, like a Mike Tyson
No.
fight.
So
Like with no hesitation.
the night I left, the night I seen you when I popped up for a hot second and left, I think it was
Right.
Brandy's birthday. I was like 2 blocks down the street going to the car, and then I seen these dude and female arguing and shit, and it was to a point where I was like, "Yo, nigga, you need to cool down." Like, you know what I mean? And like, I almost jumped in the middle of this shit because the way he was like grabbing her, and don't get me wrong, she was pressing him too. I almost jumped in the middle of this shit just to kind of help her out. But then again, I'm no fucking superhero. Who am I to jump into your family feud or spouse feud, whatever
Hey man,
it may be.
sometimes the man might need saving, like that one fight I saw.
Well, you said that real quick. You
That
say
dude
that.
was leaking, bro.
You say that real quick. Sometimes the dudes need saving. And I hate to, because the show should be over right now, and I hate to keep you guys here longer. Thank you so very much for staying tuned in to About the Night. We love you guys. But what about Blueface?
What about him?
Blueface was just recently in the news here for getting him and his girl was fighting in the middle of the street, and to me, it looked like Blueface was doing everything he could to avoid being getting hit.
Right.
And then at the end of it, the nigga did that movie for was it Blue Streaks? I'm tired of this shit, man.
Oh no, that's 3 strikes.
There we go, 3 strikes. You know, and then he teed off on her.
Right.
Laid her out in the middle of the street.
Oh,
right.
He did knock her?
He did.
Oh, she got dropped.
She got dropped.
I didn't see that part.
I heard
got
something
dropped.
about Blueface getting an altercation, but I didn't see what happened.
She got dropped. But once again, the videos that I saw, Blueface avoided multiple haymakers being swung by her. And once again, we've been saying it from Brittany Garner, like it is a female, obviously. She's not a male, and her effects probably would not hurt or do damage to Blueface as much as it would another dude swinging on him.
It don't
right?
matter. Keep your hands to yourself.
But yes, he was evading multiple swings from her.
Right.
And then at the end of it all, he even looked at the camera, the dude that was recording. You can kind of see him noticing he's being watched and recorded, evaded another swing, and then dropped his girl. And to add somewhat of an injury to insult, when she was on the ground, he was over her like this, he was getting ready to continue to get. He didn't do it though.
Wouldn't it be insult to injury?
And what did I say? D?
Injury to insult.
Injury to insult.
You had too much of that. You
Goddamn.
beating up top too.
Okay. I'm beating.
Sweating that bourbon.
Anyways, but just in general, I mean, you know, the Blueface situation, it looked bad. It looked really bad. But when do we have to hang it up and say, stop doing X, Y, Z because, you know, you're being swung on and you can't defend yourself?
So I guess one of the rules, you know, one of the main reasons why you want to break up these type of altercations, even if it's a male and female, is because of that. You're not just saving the woman just in, you know, in case, because the man could overpower her easily in most cases. But it's also you saving the man from a situation, because every man's threshold is different.
Right.
There's some dudes out there, you just look at dude wrong and you gonna feel the pavement. But there's other dudes that it may take 6, 7, 8, 9 times, you know, and it could be the most squarest dude you know, but that 19th time that you done swung on, bro, it was like, nope, that's it.
Right.
And it's lights out. And
Lights out.
is he the villain now? Because he done let you swing on him 18 times, and then he caught you with the you know what I mean, the Lennox Lewis.
The counter.
One too many.
Only person to be able to tell it's negative is the media, right?
But that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, like those type of situations, that's why it's important. You know, you want to break those things up. But what do we see often when it's a male and female fighting, especially when the female's going off? Dudes ain't breaking it up. They pulling out their phones, recording.
That's a whole different genre.
That's
right
that's usually what's happening.
And you hear a bunch of world. So when is it ever normal now that when the fight breaks out, niggas gotta say world star?
Bro, they say world star to anything.
Anything.
I just saw something on the internet. Bro, the internet crazy. That's what we in right now. The internet is crazy. I just saw a fucking video. It was some semi-pro football game. Bro, this ref, he was dealing with a short man, Napoleon complex.
Oh yeah.
Going off. And he got ejected, and
The ref.
the ref. And somebody was recording, and he said, bro, you record? How you going to let another man carry you off the field
For real.
chest to chest?
Niggas was damn
He
near the
literally
same
lifted
size.
dude up and legs dangling off the field. And then as he's getting carried off, and that's the thing, the dude that lifted him, he wasn't even that much taller than
the
him.
same size,
he was about
basically.
maybe an inch, maybe taller or so.
Right.
But lifted dude's feet dangling. And then he said, "You recording me, bro?" As he going backwards, and it's like, and then the dude with the cameras all like world star, like they'll do world star to anything. Anything. You out here acting a fool, doing some stupid shit, getting ejected in a semi-pro football game, it's gonna be on world star.
World star.
Without a doubt.
Two dogs shitting at the same time.
It's-
World star.
It's entertainment.
Beatles fighting each other over shit. World star.
Went thinking Morris Chestnut. World star.
Nigga, I said that was my twin brother. But thank you guys so very much for staying tuned to a special episode of About the Night, episode 33. I do want to go ahead and say one thing, though. Thank you so very much for subscribing and liking our show. Last week, we had an amazing guest on our show, Kenny the Dancing Man. Right after this video, go check it out. Great episode, great guy in our community. But we finally hit over 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so very much for hitting that subscribe button. We really do appreciate it.
Sir.
Appreciate y'all tuning in and tapping in with us every week, man. We appreciate that.
Every week, about the night, here with my guys right over there. You got my guy War ready on the ones and twos. Let's not forget about my guy right over here, main host of the show, my guy Suede _Coates. Yeah, that I dig, Mr. Rob Coates himself. And then you in the house with the King of Sacramento, Winton. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Oh yeah,
Tony here in spirit, man.
Absolutely, man. Hey, we're working on getting everybody back on the set. We'll be here soon. Thank you so very much.